What's up guys, it's Kyle from Roll for Recipe here. As promised, we are going to revisit the lobster burger from last episode. If you haven't seen that episode, go watch that first and then come back here. As I said in the video, I made the batter a little too wet and the burger just came out runny and falling apart. So pretty easy fixes here. We're gonna mince up the meat a lot more to get more of a ground meat texture, and I'm also gonna add more breadcrumbs to make it all hold together better. Also, I'm gonna make a couple little additions that should help the flavor a little bit as well. Also, I am gonna be swapping the lobster meat for langoustine meat, which is very similar, but it's a lot more budget friendly. All right, let's get cooking. All right, as I said, we're gonna be swapping the lobster for langoustine lobster, which is a pretty close cousin, has a similar taste and texture. We're gonna be chopping it up into a fine mince to get it more of like a ground meat texture, should mix a lot better. As for how we're gonna change the batter, I'm gonna be adding a little bit more of the barbecue rub in there, as well as Dijon mustard and cayenne pepper sauce to hopefully help the whole entire flavor palette round out and pop a little bit more. Once everything's been mixed together, it has a bit more of like a meatball texture to the actual batter, so I'm gonna let that sit in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then we're gonna cook it off like a regular burger. Admittedly, I was handling the burger a little bit more gingerly here because I think I was just paranoid that it would fall apart, but it definitely held up a lot better than last time. Final change here, I am gonna be adding some pickles on top of the barbecue sauce. It should help to add a little bit of crunch, and that acid should also help with that sweetness, give a nice little flavor balance. Get it cut up here and it's looking better already. All right, so this is definitely more cooked through. Should be a lot better tasting as well. Bon appetit. So it is still a little bit messy from the slaw in the sauce, but it is way better than what we had the other day. Yeah, those little changes we made, while they're pretty small, they definitely help to make the whole thing pop. Yeah, as the burger is now, I think definitely mid to upper 8s for a rating. All right guys, hope you enjoyed this little recipe redemption episode. I definitely thought this one deserved a fair shot, and I'm glad I gave it to it because it definitely did way better this time. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.